I have been looking forward to this for so long. The return of Noir City to the Egyptian theater. So, this theater was built by Sid Groman. By the way, this is the same man who built the iconic Chinese theater that's on this very same street. Now, this theater, the Egyptian, was built first. It opened in 1922, and he built the Chinese theater in 26, and that opened in 1927. So this theater has been closed for a few years. Netflix bought it back in 2020, and pretty much from 2021 to 2023, they've been restoring it back to its former glory. Last year, Noir City was held at the Aero Theater in Santa Monica. Now, if you've ever been to this theater, you know that it is very tiny, and parking is basically a gauntlet match. So, am I going to have to pay an arm and a leg to park in that tiny lot across the street behind Michelli's? Yes. But will I have to engage in a gladiator match to park? No. So I'll take that parking at the Egyptian Theater any day of the week over parking at the Arrow. As soon as I step foot on the property, all of these memories just flood back. So many wonderful screenings and times with friends there. Something I noticed right away, there's no more planters. I know it doesn't seem like a big issue, but when you go to TCM Fest, there's a lot of standing in line and waiting for screenings. So I think that could be an issue for some festival goers because you need somewhere to sit. I know with my bad back, I have to sit while I'm waiting for the screening to start. But man, it looked just so pristine. There were none of the little superficial cracks from the old Northridge earthquake. Everything just looked wonderfully restored, like it was brand new, like this was time warp to 1922. It was just gorgeous. Before this Noir City, the last time I had been at the Egyptian Theater for Noir City was back in 2020, and this was probably a few days before everything shut down. It's always a treat to see old friends, and of course, can't forget the founders of the Film Noir Foundation, Alan K. Rohde and Eddie Muller. Over the years, I've come to be good friends with Alan and his wife Gemma. Alan is a fantastic storyteller, and I think he's met just about every old Hollywood movie star. He even wore his Maltese Falcon pin on his suit. I thought that was a nice touch. Something that never ceases to amaze me about Eddie Muller is that whenever I see him, he always remembers my name. And I just don't even know how he does that with the amount of contact he has with so many different people around the country. He's just a really personable and down to earth person. I could listen to him talk about film all day. He's so knowledgeable. Eddie's lovely wife, Kathleen, was also there that night, but I didn't get to ask him the burning question, where was Tizzy the cat? I'm thinking maybe Tizzy was off doing promo for Eddie's new children's book or something. The night opened with an Argentine noir called Never Open That Door. It was actually two short films based on stories from Cornell Woolrich. The first one kind of reminded me of an episode of Alfred Hitchcock Presents and the way it was structured. I liked it, but I think that the second story in that set with the blind mother and her ne'er-do-well son was the stronger of the two. And I uploaded Eddie Muller's introduction to this in another video if you're interested in seeing his thoughts about that. The second part of the doubleheader was a noir film called The Window, and that featured child actor Bobby Driscoll and, of course, the lovely Barbara Hale, best known for playing Della Street in the TV version of Perry Mason. That was introduced by Alan K. Rohde, and you can also find that video in its entirety uploaded separately. If you were ever at the Egyptian before the renovation, you'll notice as soon as you step into the lobby how different it is. The old carpet is gone. The modern concession stand they had to the left when you walk in, that's completely replaced now. It's just so elegant. It has kind of an Art Deco feel, but that, of course, it blends very well with that sort of Egyptian revival look. The decor was pretty much inspired by the discovery of Tut's tomb back in the early 20s. So when you walk into the lobby, it's just night and day from the way it used to look. If I remember correctly, before the renovation, they only showed 70 millimeter and nitrate films at the Egyptian. I could be wrong, but I think that's what they showed. Um, but now I'm noticing that they have so many options now. There's 35 millimeter, nitrate, 70 millimeter, and DCP. I think the best part about the renovation is they brought the original walls back. Before, there were these black acoustic panels that were pretty much shielding the beauty of the original Egyptian inspired walls. So now you can see all that, and it really goes well with that iconic scarab beetle on the ceiling. Only thing is, the balcony is not there anymore. But, you know, I think with all of the improvements they've done, and they've really kept that original aesthetic of Sid Roman's vision, I think I can live with the balcony being gone. If you've never been to Noir City on opening night, please go. The tickets are comparable to, I would say, a regular movie ticket. The opening night is special because a lot of people like to dress up in a 1940s style, and sometimes they'll have a cocktail reception with complimentary drinks. But even if you can't get to opening night, you can go to the other screenings, and those are, you know, just regular attire. There won't be any extra activities like the cocktail reception, but it's still worth going. They have lots of great guests. Eddie and Alan are there. It's such a treat. Check it out.